How you doing, folks? I decided to take you on a walk with me so you can get some negative ions, so you can relax your mind and not be stressed out, especially if you're looking for a job. I'm going to share with you how you can actually get a job while I'm taking you with me on the walk, so you'll know exactly all the steps involved. So this is not a big deal. Just relax and take some mental notes. So how do you find a job these days? So when you apply online, I'm going to share with you how you can get a $50,000 job working from home, or $100,000 or $120,000 job, again, working from home. You will not have to be commuting anywhere. So this is the whole point of this video, is to share with you the tips and how the process works. So first of all, things have changed. Everything is done with the help of AI analytical processes. So there is no human involvement, folks. When you think you send them a resume, nobody's looking at your resume. That's number one. Number two, when they ask you, and they will ask you to send your audio, or usually now video, kind of a sample of your voice, because they want to analyze your speech pattern. They want to see how well you enunciate, how well you sound on the phone, because most of the time this will be phone support. So you'll be either working in customer service as a customer service rep or as a tech support person. So here's my advice. We've been doing this since 1997. So for sales support, in sales, this is where you get $120K per year. So you'll get it's $10,000 per month plus commissions plus bonuses. In order to get that job, we need to share with you a few tips you need to know a thing or two about sales. So we're going to take you through some sales training class, so you know what it takes to close a deal, close a customer, close a client. Do you even know the difference between a client and a customer? Yes, there is a difference. There's a big difference between a client and a customer. One handles tangible items, sells tangible items, like at a grocery store. It's a customer, and the other one is a client, is intangible. So something abstract. So anyway, so back to our subject matter. So how do you get a job working from home, virtually, being on the phone? Let's say it's very convenient, and you get paid up to $120,000 plus commissions and bonuses. Well, we're going to share with you all this information. So you're dealing with AI. There is no human looking through your resumes. There are thousands of millions of resumes with any major company. And we're going to teach you from A to Z how to fill out a resume, how to record your audio or video, how to answer the video interview, because you'll be talking to you think it's a person, it's not. Again, this is an AI generated session, and the computer will analyze your speech patterns, your vocabulary, how many times you use the improper words, run-on sentences, etc., etc., etc. Notice I said etc., not etc. Many people incorrectly say etc. Most people in North America say amphitheater. It's amphitheater. There's an F as in Frank sound. PH produces the sound F. F as in Frank. It's not an amphitheater, it's an amphitheater. Like amphora, it's a Greek word. Amphora is where you store your wine. It's the clay jars, gigantic clay jars that are 6,000 years old. The PH sound is an F. F as in alpha. Okay, so those mistakes will cost you your job if you don't know how to pronounce those words. So you walk into a house, it's a foyer. It's not a foyer. It's not a foyer, folks. It's a French word, foyer. So it's ricochet. Okay, if you will say ricochet, you'll get a solid F. F as in Frank, and you won't get a job, folks. And that's the truth. It's almost like I cannot believe my ears, folks. The uneducated reporters, news anchors on national TV. This is not some local channels. National, NBC, ABC. They cannot even pronounce the state of Illinois. They say Illinois, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's not even, I cannot believe this. This is not some Joe Schmoes off the street. These are anchors, and nobody corrects them. So if you say Illinois during your job interview with AI, you will never be hired. This is why you never get a job offer, because of so many mistakes you make. So we're going to train you. We're going to show you how to speak properly, clearly, succinctly, so that you'll pass every single test that AI will throw at you, because we've been doing this since 1997. So you know how to deal with AI, how to fill out your application, what your resume needs to say. You have all the answers. Don't you worry about the format. You're going to get your job, either the entry level, which is 40 grand a year, the 50, 60, 75, up to 100, and then anything over 120 plus bonuses. This is where you, if you're up to that sort of a challenge, you will get it. You'll just have to be more diligent at your preparation. So anyway, so how much does it cost? So when you call our office at 646-727-9224, ask for Victor. He'll tell you, he'll take care of you. But basically it's $450 for a basic consultation. This will get you a $40,000 job, $40,000 a year job. Now, if you want to spend more time and get a $100,000 job working from home, we're going to step up the training up a notch. So it's going to cost you $1,000 for that kind of training. So if you want to be $120,000 per year plus 120 plus bonuses, commissions, that's going to cost you $1,500 to get this information and the training, sales training and coaching, how to get a job like that. Otherwise, you have zero chance, folks. Try to understand. When you try to send out your resumes like a donkey, like a silly donkey that goes against the grain, you're not going to get a job. Your resume more than likely is filled out incorrectly. The interview that you're having with an AI analyst, it's a machine that's analyzing your speech. You don't even know it. Why? Because there's this company that created an AI interviewer that is human-like. Her name is Annie, and the other one is Tammy, and you cannot tell them apart. I mean, you cannot tell them from a human. They sound just like a human, So that's where the technology is today. And you think you're having an interview and that you didn't get a job. No, it's because you don't know what you're up against. They're analyzing your speech pattern, your intonation, your vocal inflection. And if you're like those reporters, if you're going to say, I'm from the state of Illinois with an S, you will never get a job, folks, because the S is silent, just like ricochet, not ricochet, but ricochet. It's French, and on and on and on and on. So you will get all this training either one-on-one or via a written format, whatever you prefer. If you'd rather just have a PDF file, you can read it up and apply. We'll even give you the list of the job offers that are offered, that are currently hiring, folks. It's not just to tell you that you're ready. We'll help you. You'll just have to apply to those jobs. They'll be listed in that PDF file. All you have to do is spend $450 to get an entry-level virtual position. You'll get paid approximately $45,000 per year as a virtual customer service rep or a salesperson. Now, if you want to step up the game for $1,000, you're going to get up to $100,000 per year compensation as a virtual customer service rep. That would be more along the lines of actually tech support, corporate tech support, or sales, corporate sales, over the phone, all virtual. You will never have to commute physically. Or if you really want to scale it up For $1,500, this will be our fee to teach you, to give you this information. We will prepare you for the top-notch position where you'll be getting $120,000 per year plus. And you will be, again, this is a virtual job. We'll list the hiring companies that are currently looking for such people, and we'll teach you what to say, what not to say, and how to fill out your resume. So everything will be on the up and up when you apply for those positions. So this is it, folks. We've been doing this since 1997. You know, you need to go through this sales training. If you think they're gonna just hire you because your resume looks great, you're fooling yourself. It has nothing to do with your resume. It's a first step in. Your resume has to look great to just be able to get past the machine. So the machine will say, okay, let's do an interview. But then you need to know a few things about sales, how to close a deal, how to approach this, an 8-step process, and we'll teach you all that. And you're going to pass it with flying colors, which means they're going to accept you and you're going to get a job. Why? Because we've been doing this since 1997. And today, this is the only way to get this done. You filling out those resumes ain't going to cut it, folks. It's not going to help you. Your resume isn't doing much, even if it's filled out correctly. You're going to fail at the interview level with an AI analyst. No human is looking at your resume. No human, more than likely, will be interviewing you. It will be done by a machine. So anyway, this is my good news. So you don't have to be stressed out. That's why I took you on a walk with me. So I'm getting some fresh air. You're getting some useful information. Now you know how to get $100,000 job or $50,000 job, whatever your preference is. So hopefully I was able to inspire you a little bit to look forward to a real chance at landing a nice job. Now you know how it's done, not some kind of mystification. You've been mystified that if you learn how to fill out a resume correctly. No. This is just the first step in the process. And yet you have to be constantly on a certain wavelength with them. I'm going to teach you what that wavelength is so that you will never fail. So on this note, folks, if this is you, if you're looking for a new job, especially working from home without having to commute anywhere, where you would like to use your voice, your vocal skills, communication skills, it will be all done by telephone. Or sometimes, if you're doing an entry-level job, you could be answering Zendesk emails. A Zendesk is simply written communication. Yes, if you don't mind getting paid only 40 grand a year, working from home, you could be doing it from your computer. You'll be answering written correspondence from customers, clients, but you'll be responding in writing. You will not be even putting a headphone on you won't be using a headset. You won't be using a phone. So this is it, folks. If that interests you, just take a pick. How much does it cost? $450 for an entry-level position. If you want something higher, it's going to cost you $1,000. That's up to $100,000 annual compensation. And we'll provide you even the links where to apply. If you want to get a job that's going to be $120,000 per year, plus commissions and bonuses, that it will cost you $1,500 to get trained how to get that job. So take a pick, make up your mind where you want to be in life, and then call us. Our phone number is 646-727-9224. Ask for Victor. And if you try to understand, we get a lot of calls. So if you are going to get a voicemail, please leave a message and say, I'm so-and-so, I'm looking for a job, looking for this training. And we'll call you back. Someone will call you back and get you all taken care of. But we get all kinds of phone calls throughout the day. Let us know. Oh, look, that's a fox. Did you see that? That is a Wow, that's a fox. That is a fox. Or a coyote. Yeah, that's a fox. Wow. That's what I wanted to always see, a fox like this. Yeah, very peaceful fox. See? It's awfully big though. Yeah, awfully big fox. That's amazing, isn't it? I've been sharing with you the good news. It's in the park, on a parking lot here. I hope it's not going to cross the you know, I think it's a coyote. Yeah, I hope it's not going to cross the road. But anyway, folks, it's not a dog, it's not a fox, it's a coyote. Yeah, a fox doesn't have that kind of a gait, doesn't walk that way. Wow. Oh, it's a family. There's two of them. Wow, that's incredible. But anyway, folks, so yeah, I didn't think it would end on this note. I was going to just offer you a see, they're right there, and I love animals. This is why they're sort of hanging out in a park here while I'm walking. They can sense I'm not afraid. I'm a friend of their kind. This is why they're. But these are this is not a gait of a fox. A fox is more like a cat-like soft gait. It's like it's on springs. This is more like a canine movement. So that's not big enough for. That's not a wolf for sure. It's not a fox. It's probably a coyote. That's interesting. But anyway, there's a lot of coyotes around this time of the year. So, folks, the point is, where was I? I was gonna offer you the most important thing. If you ever see an animal like this, never be afraid, because they can sense your. If you're afraid, you're only asking for trouble. If you're just neutral, take a deep breath. They're gonna walk by. They're not interested in usually attacking you. They're only interested if you're afraid. I mean, they might attack you if you're afraid, more likely than not. So anyway, take a pic, folks. While walking in the park here, in the parking lot, you know, you see all kinds of things. So anyway, take a pic. $450 entry-level position. $1,000, you're going to be looking at a solid $100,000 compensation per year. If you want to get a top-notch position, that's $120,000 per year, plus commissions and bonuses. So perhaps you will be looking at $150,000, $180,000 per year working from home. That's the key part. That will cost you $1,500. And to get this kind of information, this kind of training, all you have to do is call our office at 646-727-9224. Ask for Victor. If you get a voicemail, be sure to leave a message and let us know that you're calling about a job training, how to get this information, the skills needed to pass the AI tests to get the job. And we'll get you all taken care of. Don't worry, we've been doing this since 1997. So now just take a deep breath. Take a look at the moon. We've already seen some animal life, which was great. See, we're doing some walking. 17 minutes, 1,700 steps, 109 heartbeat. And I highly recommend, every day I walk usually for at least 21,000 steps. That's 7 miles roughly. I highly recommend you just every day go for a walk like this in the open to reset your mind. You have to, folks, just to de-stress or whatever. You have to do it. I highly recommend you get a watch like that to keep track of your steps. You know, they say 6,000 steps is the minimum. I say do 21,000 steps. And I feel great. After each walk, it's like you're a brand new person. You get oxygenated, you know, you have oxygen running through your system, clarity of thinking. You're less stressed if you ever get stressed. This will really offer this is a good de-stressor. And will detoxify your system, by the way. Walking is very, very good for your inner organs. You get your inner organs massaged as you walk. They kind of get the necessary movement. Internally, they get massaged. Internally, that's very important. Yeah, and I was jogging earlier today, so I highly recommend that you make it part of your routine for healthy living. So on this note, I want to wish you all the best. And that's why I took you on this walk with me. And we even saw some, I think there were coyotes earlier today. But anyway, animals love me. I love animals. And I hope you do the same. If you see an animal, try not to be afraid or scared of it. They can sense it. It's just somehow they sense it. And if you're not afraid, they're not going to attack you. They will not attack you, I promise you. But if you don't believe me, look at some of the footage online. There's the Sammy Safari. That's the name of the channel. I think she has something like, I don't know, 5 million subscribers. And she puts her hand inside the mouth of, she's got tigers and lions and these jaguars and leopards and I don't know, she's got all kinds of animals. But she's not she grew up with animals since she was a little child, and she has no fear of them. So in other words, if I tried it, we would probably be mauled by those animals, because we would not, in our psyche, we would not even know how to begin to behave around those big cats. But she grew up with them. So just take a look at that. Sammy Safari. That's her channel on YouTube. You'll see some like 10 million views, unbelievable number of views. But you'll see she comes and pets those, she plays with those enormous animals without the slightest fear. But even if she tried to invite you to do that, it's going to be next to impossible for you to duplicate it, because you just can't. You have to be sort of trained how to do that. That's what we do, folks. We're going to train you how to be ready to look for a job effectively, how to go through the entire process, have the resume filled out correctly, how to pass, how to answer all those questions when you'll be talking to an interviewer. And you need to know what to say, what not to say, how to properly enunciate. They're going to pay attention, folks. That's why if you don't go through this kind of training, you will never get a job today. Because if you think humans are looking at resumes, they're not. No human is looking at the resumes, folks. Those hiring agents at various companies, they rely on AI assistants who are doing most of the heavy lifting at the front end, at looking at your resumes. And because your resumes are more than likely not up to par with what they're looking for, that's why you're not getting your return calls. That's why they're passing you by. So anyway, folks, this was just a nice way for me to kind of bring you some perhaps some relaxation time. You saw some animals outdoors. I hope you felt the energy. It's fresh air, beautiful moon, beautiful night, and I highly recommend that you do the same. Go out for a walk every day if you can. I highly suggest. And don't be stressed. If you're stressed about getting a job, this is the answer to your prayer, basically. Call us. We'll help you get a job, and you won't have any more stress. We've got you covered. Since 1997, we've been doing this, and you're in good hands. So looking for a job, we can help. We have the information. Call us, 646-727-9224. Ask for Victor. He'll take care of you, and we'll see you at the top. Take care.